What's good, y'all? It's the messenger of God here, coming to drop one for y'all real quick. And it was laid on my heart to speak to y'all, but the reason why I don't really like go so hard on the subject is because you have to be so. It's like you have to be understanding but sensitive at the same time. Um, and I'm that type of way of like understanding like people's feelings and stuff like that, like to where, when I do talk about something that I know um that's touching, and where I can see where people would take it the way that they would take it. um I try my best to help people out, but then again, I still try to be catering to other people's feelings, you know what I'm saying? So that's just the way it is. um of course, we're not of this world, but you must understand the things that are of the world in order to speak to the world about it. Does that make sense? Because the lifestyle that I used to live, you know, it wasn't right. Okay. But for some reason, I had to go through the lifestyle that I went through in order to talk about it. For some reason, God always knows like what we can go through and what we can't go through. You know what I mean? So it's not as easy as you think. Sometimes people think things are very easy, but it's not that easy. Okay. um According to titles, you know I never went by any titles. When it comes to me, I never went by any titles. And just all my life, I didn't like being put in a box, because it was always somebody wanted to always like check you off of a box if they knew exactly like what you're into or what you are. I was just myself, the whole time. I was me. I never changed who I was. I never tried to be something that I wasn't. It was just that I was comfortable with just being myself, and that's how it really all began. It began as an accident, actually, a mistake. But that mistake, like an accident, turned into something that, you know, took most of my life, like more than half of my life. So it's strange how, a lot of people want to tell you how to get through things and how to get over things, but they don't understand, you know, they don't understand it themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like to tell somebody and to judge somebody in such a way, you would actually have to be done went through something like that in order to talk to somebody like that, to tell them, how you overcame it. It's not so much of telling them to overcome it or how to get, you know, out of something, but you want to tell them your testimony of what you went through, how you got through it. And I think I've told you guys a lot of times about it. I've did a spoken word on it. And living that lifestyle, the reason why I don't call it out and I call it a lifestyle, because that's what it is. You have to make that choice. And some people didn't make a choice, to live that lifestyle. Some people had it forced on them. Some people can't even explain why it happened to them. Some of these things may have happened, at a younger age, and some of these things like that, let's say the way you had to grow up with it, some things were hidden from people as well, like things may have happened to them and nobody told them about it, but then they had these feelings of it, and they just didn't know how to like explain it. Like, it's embarrassing to actually have these things on you, you know like these type of feelings that you have, and you can't explain it, and you have no one to talk to, because first of all, you are ashamed of it, and it might sound, weird to somebody or unnormal to somebody. Like, you can't even come to like family with it or friends with it because it's so unnormal, right? But yet half of the world, I can say over half the world, done either tried it, curious, or done it, and it's sad how you can see people that, like for instance, I can see women that have been, like, let's say, dressed more feminine than I have, okay? Or let's say more feminine than me. Like right now, I got on a little sweatshirt or whatever. But then you can see a woman in a whole dress, right? Can kiss her friend in her whole entire mouth, you know what I mean? Lipstick and all, or whatever the case might be. And, nobody would think nothing of it, you know what I mean? They can just slide by and do those things, but no one would think anything of it. But if it was a person like that, like me, and I have on, like, let's say, baggy clothes, attire, whatever the case might be, or anything like that, people automatically judge you and say, oh, she must be, or oh, they must be together, And it's sad because it's like, this was way before I even encountered this, I just always looked at people as like my friends, you know what I mean? Like, this is my friend. I act the same way I would anybody else would act towards a friend, a sister, or a teammate, or whatever the case might be. I was never like really looking at a person that way. I didn't have any sisters, so right off the back, I was just like a tomboy. Just, I'll say very athletic. A lot of people put 10 on it too when you say tomboy, but it was just like I was very athletic. I played a whole lot of sports. I wasn't like, dingy, pritsy, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, I'm breaking down. Even though, you know what I'm saying, I dressed up real cute when I was younger, you know what I mean? Like I said, I did some kind of modeling and some other type of stuff like that when I could, and act a little bit. But, but that was all like in my teen years, like when I was like really, really young. You feel me? And once it came down to like I started doing sports and stuff like that, I kind of got out of that. You know what I mean? It's just like I got more into like, I got to go to practice when I go to school, got to go to practice, got to play ball. It's like eat, sleep, play ball. I was just always playing ball. So I didn't really have like a chance to really like, cater to like a feminine side. I can do it when I wanted to. I did. Ain't gonna lie, I did it for a little while, but it was in school, like high school and stuff like that. I always would show like, like the mid waist. I like to tie my little what you call them, little tank tops or whatever up, wear the half shirts or whatever like that. Yeah. I know some people call them white beaters. I don't call them that. I don't even know what white people call them that. To me, you put them on, to me, it looks like you finna work out. You're like, where we going? You see what I'm saying? I used to always think like them was really sexy to put on like an undershirt, show you a little whatever, because I know I had some guns and whatnot back in the day. I didn't think it was cute. People didn't trip off all that. But now it's just like, oh, you muscular. Like, everybody have their own judgments about everything, don't they? But like I said, it's just so much people that really just judge really off of their whole entire, like, what they don't have. You see what I'm saying? They complain about stuff, but I guarantee you, if it was like me, and a guy would say, I wouldn't talk to her, right? But then, yeah, behind like closed doors, they would want to sleep with you, like be with you, right? Because it's just like this. It's not really about what I got on. It's what's underneath, right? But then it's just like, you got a banging body with the whole package and stuff like that. But yet, they so busy worried about somebody else and what they thinking about you. You see what I'm saying? They want their friends to like, I don't know. They want to impress their friends. They want you to be their trophy. I got tired of stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to like always try to make your friends or somebody think that you with somebody cute or something like that to be validated on the earth, I guess. But anyways, back to the lifestyle. Like, you guys, let me tell you something. It starts off with lust. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, okay? In a whole nutshell. The whole fornication, the whole, like, adultery, the whole, like, you know, when you get into this lifestyle, most of it is you know, this lifestyle is a very sexual type of lifestyle. You know what I mean? I felt like it was more lust, you know, on this side rather than it was with me. You know what? Let me take that back. I believe it's on both sides that way. You know what I mean? But because, see, I don't want to say something that I haven't not, like, calculated. But as far as for me, well, no, it was like lust both ways. So I'll say like this. Lust is a very hard thing to get through. I'm going to tell you that right now, y'all. No matter what lifestyle you living in. Because if you have that lust, you kind of like want to do just about anything. You see what I'm saying? And the way you enhance it is when you start drinking, when you start smoking, when you start popping these pills and doing whatever that you do, you know, shooting up dope, whatever you do, whatever is your do. It enhances that lustful side of you. It makes you want to just do things. You see what I'm saying? That's why you don't understand the whole being patient and waiting part, because it feels like this. The reason why you can't enjoy being in love or loving that person is because you're so used to, you know, like, you know, just having sex, just lusting, just doing something. You can't even appreciate, you know, being with one person. You see what I'm saying? You can't even, like, you can't really even understand what love is. You see what I'm saying? You don't know how to be with just one person. Maybe because you're used to always being with, like, you know, so many people all the time. You see what I'm saying? That lust, your flesh is craving. It's like your flesh is craving for just, I would say, anything. And that's sad to say that, but it's true. You know, you just have to have that feeling, like, and it's crazy, you know, that you don't know how to control that. So a lot of times being caught up in lust, it takes over your flesh. It takes over your body. You know, you're tempted to do a whole lot of things that you wouldn't normally do being spiritual. I'll say that. You know, and I'm not just talking about, like, just being spiritual, y'all. Like, because a lot of people say, well, I'm spiritual. I'm talking about being a believer in Jesus Christ. Okay? I'm not just talking about just being a believer. But you guys, it takes a lot of work. Because let me tell you something. Man, I don't really get into talking about this because I myself, and I was really big on, like, I wasn't with a lot of people. Let's just put it like that. I wasn't with a lot of people, but I was an nympho. You see what I'm saying? It was just like, hey, you know, especially if you was with me or if me and you got together, you know, it better happen. It had to happen. You see what I'm saying? I never cheated on anyone. So if we wasn't together, you can't blame me, you know, for being with who I wanted to be with if we wasn't together. And another thing, like this, if you cheat on somebody, you can't expect, like me, I'm totally, like, turned off. Like, you can't even expect me to feel you if you cheated on me. Like, if you with someone else, like, while you with me, I can't be with you, you know? That's why I said I learned all of these things, you guys, to be able to talk to you guys like this because I went through them myself. You see what I'm saying? So it was just like, I had to learn this. Why waste your time with somebody that's cheating on you? Why waste your time with somebody who don't want to be with you, who don't love you? You feel me? Why waste your time? Does it make sense? to waste your time. And look, you're going to stick with that person and stay with that person, you know, that's cheating on you, and just say, well, you cheated on me, so I might as well cheat on you. It doesn't make no sense. Why be with him, baby? Why be with him? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like this. The reason why you can't get enough and you can't be satisfied with the person that you're with is because you're used to being a hoe. Like, straight up. You used to just like being out there like that. You see what I'm saying? Your emotions ain't corrected. You see what I'm saying? You can't get a hold of exactly like who you are as a person in general. You don't even know who you are because you're just satisfying the need, you know, and a want, you know. And it's sad because it's what your flesh desires and you don't have control over that yet. Okay? So with me and that lifestyle that I was living in, you know, for over half of my life, more than half of my life. So, you know, I lived my life one way, and then more than half of my life I lived it another way. You see what I'm saying? So you see me now on who I am, but yet it's just like this. It's sad because it's something, because God already knew like what he was going to have me to do and how he was going to like get me through it and everything. But I never saw this coming. You see what I'm saying? But he already know the people who can bear, like who can go through this type of lifestyle and come out and make it out, and then tell somebody, hey, look, I made it out, you know. But talk to the people in a way to where you're not putting people down for their lifestyle. Okay, let me tell you something. What you want to do is you want to describe that actual thing that started it, and that's lust. It's lust is what starts all of it, whether you're like that or not. You know, whether you're man on man, woman on women, man or woman, woman or man, no matter what you are as a human being. Okay? Lust. Okay? Fornication, adultery, lust, baby. Lust is a difficult thing to overcome. And the only way to do that, let me tell you, for me, I had to isolate myself. I had to separate myself. Because you know what? I know I was bad at it too, y'all. It wasn't easy for me, you know. I didn't, like I said, I wasn't like that person that was like real loud about everything. You see what I'm saying? It was just like, I didn't have to be. I was just myself. I was like more bold. You see what I'm saying? I didn't like just go up to people like I was like, yeah, what's up with you? You know, I wasn't that type of person. I mean, no, you know, no disrespect to nobody who's like that, but it was just like, you know, I did my thing. You see what I'm saying? And I like to talk to people, but you know, I'm more bold if it's something that I wanted or something that I see. I don't, you know, I didn't mind stepping to you. That's just how I was, but it wasn't in a way of being thirsty. You know what I mean? And it's sad because when you lust for somebody, you know, it's just like, boy, you just can't keep that tail under control. And you got to do that. Some people just don't want to talk about that. You know, there's diseases out here. You know, y'all don't even understand, man. Y'all so busy swinging everything everywhere and opening up to so many people. And you know what? I'm telling you. You know, it's almost like you wish a person can come with papers in hand, you know, like we need to go get checked out together. You know, you guys need to go back in the day. I remember when they used to even have sex education classes and we used to can talk about this stuff and laugh about it, you know, looking at all the little genitals and all this stuff, that puberty and the stuff that you was going to come into when you get older. And we used to look and we used to be cracking up, right? But yet they would give us stuff like, I don't know how old y'all is, but I remember back in the day, they used to give us like free condoms in the classrooms and contraceptives. Like they'll give us, let me see, what do they give? Y'all, they had this stuff back in the day. I think it was like some kind of foam. You know, they even have female condoms and foam for women. It was like some type of stuff like you can, you know, put it in the little tube little thing, you put it in there, and they supposed to kill, the man stuff when they, in case it was an accident or whatever, the condom may break. I can talk about this stuff to y'all because we're grown here, and plus this stuff is like, it's talked about anyway. Kids already need to know this coming up, especially teenagers. You need to protect yourselves. You know what I mean? It's too much going on out here to just lay down with just anybody. You know what I mean? A lot of people can be talked into doing stuff. Your kids be going to school. You know what I mean? You don't know who they're around. You can tell your kids whatever it is that you want to tell them, right? But look, they can be easily influenced by people that they're around. They may feel like, you know what, I have to do this in order to be cool. I have to do this in order to be smart. I have to do this in order to get ahead. And y'all just don't know. It's not that easy of a conversation, but you have to tell them that anything is out there, coming for your kids. You see what I'm saying? And y'all, like I said, in order for me to conquer that lifestyle I was in, I had to get away from people. Y'all, I had to isolate myself. I had to just like the Bible said, your hand, cut it off. It was just like this. Because I can look at people. You see what I'm saying? I can read people, and I can read energy. I can feel the energy, it'd be lit. And I just be like, you know what? I got to stop doing. I got to get off from around people. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to flirt with people. I don't want to even I look up on nobody. You see what I'm saying? I don't even want to give nobody the impression that, that I think that they look good or something like that, anything like that. So I said, if I can't control myself, with lusting or trying to, come for anybody, it's just like I had to get away from it all. You see what I'm saying? And it's not that when a person goes celibate, right? Listen, it's not the fact that you trying to tell people that, hey, look, hey, look, I'm cool, I'm free, I'm good. I didn't like it at first. I was just like, wait a minute, hold up. I know I'm not finna stop, I'm going in on mine when I know I gotta tear something up. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, you can't be like that. Okay? It's something wrong with you. Okay? That you can't keep yourself together. So it's just like, you know what? I gotta be cool off of that. You see what I'm saying? No matter what. No matter, even if it's the person that I'm with, y'all. I said, I wanted to get this under control. So what I wanted to do was, I said, in order for me to get this under control, I have to just stop cold turkey. I had to stop, y'all. I had to get myself away from folks. You know what I'm saying? Especially away from people that I may have been attracted to. You know what I'm saying? People that I may have hung with or anything, y'all. I just was just like, I can't do this no more. You know what I mean? It was just like, when the pandemic came, first start, it may not have been good for everybody, but for me, it turned my whole life around. You see what I'm saying? It turned my whole life around. I was already heading in a direction, but it just kept me to myself and away from folks and stuff like that. And I was so glad, because that was the only way that I was going to be able to change my life, is by, staying away from folks and things like that. Even events or going to perform, or even going to go dance, because you got to understand too, I was an entertainer. I danced for people, you know what I'm saying? And they give me my little dollars or whatever I'm saying, like that. I'll go perform at different clubs and stuff like that, and I didn't care. I knew who had the money. You see, hold on, y'all. I knew who had the money and everything like that, because I would go up there and I was dance for them. You see what I'm saying? I used to perform in everything, y'all. I'm telling you. But I had to let all of that go. Y'all just don't know. I had to let everything go. Everything go to get control of my little self of just the scene, that night scene, and wanting to have fun and wanting to dance, because a lot of it is because I love to dance. So I used what I knew how to do already to my advantage. But You have to isolate yourself in this lifestyle, not this lifestyle, but that lifestyle. You have to like isolate yourself. You have to like get away from people. You know what I'm saying? You have to seek God. You have to pray. I'm telling you, you have to pray about stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what I had to do. I had to isolate myself. I had to pray about things. I had to get rid of things. I had to stop looking at things, you know, because a lot of stuff, it comes from lust, y'all. You flirting and looking at people. You get turned on by things. A lot of things you think that's turning you on. You got to stop doing all that stuff, because a lot of stuff leads to a lot of other things. And I'm just trying to help. I don't know who I can help out there that's going through it, because I know some people be like, you know, how can I do this? You know, how can I turn to God if I'm like this and stuff like that? Because it's not about, it's not about the person preference to begin with, okay? But it's about you surrendering yourself to God. You have to surrender yourself to God first, okay? So if you surrender yourself to God first, you have to surrender. You have to admit, surrender. You know, say, Lord, please help me. You know, I'm tired of this. I don't want to be like this no more. You feel me? Like I'm trying my best to just like turn myself around and you know, and it's hard for me to do, Lord, but I want to do this. And if you know you can't do it, like I said, you have to stop, babe. You have to like really like I said, isolate yourself. You have to pray about it, because you know what? Now I know I can talk to people about it. Now I know I can go in if somebody was like this and like that. I'm like, thank you, Lord, for hitting me with every angle now. Now I know I can't be defeated one way nor the other way. I know I can't have these people pulling me this way or these people pulling me that way, but the only person that can pull me is Jesus. You see what I'm saying? He tamed me, he kept me under control, and he helped me to see the light. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm by myself right now. You see what I'm saying? Because not only do I know what I have and what I got, but I know how strongly that I can, you know, I just know how things are. So if you know how you are, then you know what you have to do in order to tame yourself. Stop blaming this on somebody else when it's you. You know what I'm saying? If you sitting up there still, you know, follow gagging around, calling up, you know, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 honeys and stuff like that, and then like, you know, it's you. It's you. That's all on you, without no titles, without saying you this, you that. You just thirsty. You feel me? You still lusting, you still thirsty, and you need to be able to control yourself. And if you can't control yourself, then take yourself away from people. You see what I'm saying? And that's the real power, is being able to control yourself. Yeah, you know, everybody got needs and wants like that, but how are you gonna even be able to like experience love when you don't love yourself? It's like you don't love yourself. You know, I'm trying to tell you the hard truth with trying to be sensitive in what I say, but try to say it in a way you can understand. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying not to be, you know, so religious, but I'm trying to also be straight to the point to where you have to be. You have to have a relationship with God, you know, straight up, in order for him to like help you to change, to get you to see him. You have to seek for him, so that way your attention won't be so much on that lust. You see what I'm saying? You need him to distract you away from you. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say you have that permissive will. That permissive will is what helps you, you know, turn around from the ways that you are. You know, I never thought that I could actually see myself back to where I started from. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of things I spoke into existence. You know, a lot of things I spoke away from the life that I was living. I kept on saying, you know what, Lord, I'm going to find me a husband. Even though I know I was so far in, you know, I'm just like, Lord, you know what I'm saying? You know, I know you got somebody for me, Lord Jesus. You know, I just kept on speaking against, you know, the things that I know I was not. Because I know it wasn't right, you know, and by the time that when God gets a hold of you, he show you why it isn't right. He convicts you as you go along, as you seek for him in your own way, at your own time. Everybody's testimony ain't going to be the same. You know, I know I can sit up here and tell somebody this, that's probably done fix their life around a whole man, a whole woman, a whole person in general. But my thing is this. I'm not going to preach to you, but I'm going to tell you, you got to have a relationship with God first. You got to put him first in order for you to love yourself. You got to have the love of God, because when you have the love of God, then you will know the way he would want you to live, if that makes sense, you know. And what else do I want to say? It's like, I'm not trying to like, I'm not really trying to like just go there on y'all or nothing like that. I just want you to know that it was hard for me, you know. And now it's just like I said, I'm in control of me. I'm comfortable with who I am. I'm comfortable with you know, I'm comfortable with myself. You know, a lot of times people think that you have to look a certain way to talk about God, when you don't. You don't have to look a certain way to talk about God. You don't have to look a certain way to love God, to be about God. He accepts all of us, okay? But he do not accept the sin, okay? He do not accept the sin that you do, the sin that you are committing. You know, he wants to teach you. He wants for you to know why that is a sin. He wants you to be convicted by the word. You know, you have to seek for him. Look, when you admit and you keep seeking for him, you will be convicted in the things and the ways that you are and the things that you're doing. It doesn't take me to point a finger or call no one names out or misjudge anybody, when I already know. I know how hard it is. You know what I'm saying? I know how hard it is. Just fornicating at all. If you even listen to that word and even like look at yourselves and see how much that you actually be lusting. It's just like somebody glutton, like eating. That could be one of the problems that you have. You see what I'm saying? It could be anything you can be addicted to. You might sit up there and just be eating a whole bunch of junk food, and you shouldn't be doing that. You can be sitting up and playing on a game too much, and you shouldn't be doing that. You know, it's a lot of stuff. You know, you could be let me see. It's just like you can put too much time into a lot of things that's not worth it. That's not even right. Okay. And it doesn't have to just be, you know, your having intercourse or being or having, you know, relations. I'll say it like that. You know, like I said, a lot that comes from that lifestyle is lust, you know. But I don't want to just say it's just like that lifestyle. I think it's all lifestyles. You know, lust is the big factor. You know what I mean? Because it's in you. It's not really in that person. You have to separate yourself and get control of yourself. That's why it's important to have your own relationship with God yourself, because then you can see how you are, not just how that person is. Like you won't have an excuse to say, oh, I made that person that way. I made that person crave me, want me. You know, you'll see who you really are. You see yourself in the mirror, you be like, man, was I really like that? Wow, man, I must have been so, you know, so bad, you know, so out there, you know what I mean? And it you know, you might not actually been walking the streets, but you were acting like that in character. You see what I'm saying? And to get control of those things, you got to separate yourself. Like I said, hey, I wasn't the perfect person either, but you know, like I said, when you be with somebody and you with that person, like I said, hey, I'll be always telling you, I'll be saying, you know, you can say all kinds of things to me, and then when it come down to it, I'll be like, oh, don't hyperventilate now, baby. No, don't run away now, baby. Don't pretend like, no. Remember what you said. You said that you was going to do this and do that. And then when it comes down to it, then it's just like, now you scared. Like you scared now. You didn't think I was, yeah, I was coming for you. Yeah, for real. I know what I'm talking about. You know, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. It's just the fact that I can't mess with a bunch of people because I know this. And when you know yourself, you have to control yourself just as good as you know how you are and what you can do and how you can do people. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like a form of witchcraft too, because you know it's almost like you can put people under a spell, you know, the way that you know you can do people. And I was just like, I had to get control of all of these things for real. You know, you don't even really have to be doing stuff like that. You can just be, it just so lustful that it just I'm telling y'all the truth, y'all. I'm telling you, you gotta be careful with who you lay down with and who you connect yourself to. That's real talk. You know, you can be very innocent, but if I would have laid down with somebody who was a whole entire dog, you know what I'm saying? Now I got that dog in me. You see what I'm saying? You was just like, y'all, I'm telling you, it goes deep. It goes deep. And to like put it all together, right? To put this stuff all together. Trust me, y'all, you're gonna have to get control of yourself. Don't blame nobody but you. Real talk. Take a second. Take a second. Look at yourselves in the mirror. Take a second. You know, see how you are away from your partner, yo. Away from the person you married to, you know, and look at yourself and see exactly who you are. You will. You know, without saying, hey, you know, my partner got me to do this. Hey, my partner make me feel this way. How do you make a person feel? You feel me? How do you work what you work? Just look at yourself. I'm telling you. You'll be so shocked when you can see exactly who you are as a person. You understand? But I'm just trying to give you a little bit of free game here, a free knowledge here. You know, I really am. I'm trying my best. Because, you know, a lot of people always say, hey, you know, people of the Lord of God, they're always so spiritual. So, you know what? Let me tell you something. When I got to where I'm at right now, it's really, 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 really deep. And it's all with having a relationship with God. Because you will begin to see how He is and why He wanted you to get away from the things you were doing. Because you were under a spell. And you really didn't really know how you are and what you were supposed to be. Okay? Because really though, by you conquering this and conquering that and Him pulling you through what you was going through, you see what I'm saying? He already knew the outcome. But do you know it? Do you see yourself? Do you really understand yourself or really see yourself as, you know, the person that God made you out to be? Because if you don't see that, I'm telling you, if you don't see that, y'all, then you ain't made it yet. You ain't made it yet because you haven't changed yet. You haven't changed yet. You haven't made a choice yet. I could say that. You haven't made a choice yet. You can't still do the same things you do and claim to know Jesus, claim to know God, claim to be rolling with Him. Okay? Now, I can admit, I was wrong. You know, there was a lot of things that I didn't know that I was doing that was wrong. I didn't know the lifestyle I was living. Well, let me not lie because, no, in the beginning I didn't know. I didn't even know what the rainbow was at all. I really was naive, y'all. Like, real talk. I'm not finna lie to y'all. I didn't know. You know, I was so used to just having friends and not, you know, me. I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have no sisters. I didn't even know if nobody was flirting with me that was like that. And I was just being myself. You know what I'm saying? You hugging, you know, smacking the butt and all that stuff like that. You know, you playing ball and all that. I wouldn't have known. I would have just thought like, you know, it wasn't nothing, right? But you can't look at people just because of their lifestyle like they're nasty. Because you know why? Because before you even knew, you was hanging around these people, you was dressing in front of them, and then when you learn, you just act like you just turn into, like they turn into a whole entire alien. So my God. Oh, you like this? Shut up. Shut up. Because half of y'all be curious. You want to find out, asking so many questions and still trying to, they can be glad. Ooh, girl, I'm so glad that you turned around. And then sitting up there wanting you the whole time, sitting up there and trying to test you, see if you really did change. And some people be trying to play with you too, not just to see if you change, but that, and on top of that, and trying to see if they can make you revert back. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell you. People do a whole lot of stuff when you change your life around, but when you have God and He's in control, trust me, can't nobody turn you back around. Nobody, nothing. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you got, how you look, what you, the devil will bring everything that you love right in front of you. And you be like, man, I got to deny this. Yes, you do. You really do. You really do. Because you'll begin to see yourself that once He take that feeling away, and I'm not talking about to where you can't be, in love or like that. Because y'all, like I said, I know I probably got a whole bunch built up waiting, but I'd rather do things the right way. Because, it's just like this. You would rather be married to that person and know that they have the same relationship with God like you do before you actually, just turn around, just toot it up. Okay? Toot it and poot it. You don't want it. Yeah, I know I'm a mess. I be, I can say a whole lot of stuff, but I be trying not to. I'm trying to put it to where you can get it. Okay? Understand that. When God gives you a whole lot of wisdom, let's say this, you know it. You already know. You already know, right? But if you humble yourself to help others, and explain things to others, I promise you'll be a better person. Like telling your testimony. I'm telling my testimony in the best way that I can to help y'all. You know what I mean? Because God makes people, beautiful people. He makes all kind of people out there and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean you have to sell yourself. It doesn't mean you have to try to get over people because you look that way. And it doesn't mean you have to use your sexuality to be, come on. Just it's, I told you, it's lust. All it is using the flesh. And that's a powerful thing. So y'all be careful. Like I said, take a second, separate yourself from who you with. And just look at yourself for a moment, okay? Pray about it. Pray to God about it. You know what I'm saying? Ask Him to help you change your life around and stuff like that so you can know who you are, okay? And then you'll feel comfortable speaking to people, and especially if you want to start a YouTube or you want to, talk to people about the Lord and stuff like that. You'll feel comfortable with yourself because it's what you went through is what's going to help other people, okay? Other people survive. Other people make it. Other people see you and they know, like, hey, like I said, I may not be for everybody. A lot of people may not want to look at me or may want to watch me. They want to look at some other little person like that, some other little, floozy or something, you know what I mean? Or, forgive me, Lord, but like, somebody else that may look enticing to them. Can I say it that way without saying something wrong? Lord, forgive me. But it's just like this. People like to watch people to get them off instead of the message that a person is speaking to help them out. If you want to change, you got to help yourself change. You can't, that person that you're looking at or you're listening to, if they're not of God, they're not going to help you change, nor could you get the message and change. You're just really still in that lust situation where they talking to you and they trying to get you to lust, looking at them, or, it's a lot of stuff, but you gotta conquer those things, because it's not just the lifestyle, honey. It's the way you carry yourself, and make sure you know who you're carrying. Okay. It's hard, y'all, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? You want to get up, you want to stop being that way. You want to stop living your life like that. Work on you first, okay? Work on that lust that you got, because most of it is lust. You see what I'm saying? Stop being so focused on what all those titles and stuff like that. Focus on lust. That's a big, big key. Focus on lust, okay? Focus on that, what you up there doing, what you looking at, what's turning you on. What's really turning you on? It's you. You up here trying to look at somebody's booties, somebody's, chest, somebody's package, you. So that means you have to work on you, Okay? Work on those feelings that you having and why you looking there. You sometimes look without even knowing. Watch, catch yourself. Sometimes your eyes will wander. Okay? If your eyes start wandering at somebody's package, at somebody's, I'm telling you, lust is a big thing. Sometimes we can't help just to look. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit up here and unhumanize us, but I'm just telling you that lust is a big factor, and if you don't have control over it, that's what's gonna control you into doing the things that you're doing. And by adding to it with all those other things on top of it, is only enhance what it is that you end up taking or getting yourself into. Now, if that helps somebody out there, I hope so. I just thought maybe I'll try to hit it up again, on a little topic or whatever like that. So that way y'all can understand. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I'm not here to attract you. I'm here to tell you the truth. That's it. That's all I dedicated my life to, is Jesus Christ, and to tell y'all the truth and tell you that I love Jesus. I love Jesus, And make sure that you understand that, and tell Jesus you love him. I love you, Jesus. I know you coming back, soon as you turn your head, you never know. So just y'all just get ready. You know what I mean? Always be ready. All right, stay ready. All right, strap that Betty. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. So make sure that you, like I said, stop sitting up here and waiting for somebody else to make you change when it's you that needs to change. You might not have a chance to, wait for somebody to tell you what's up, what's the deal. You better look at your own self. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, lust, you it's like this. Sometimes I give one more little thing. Another thing what happened with me too is I started noticing myself changing, right, from the ways that I looked when I was younger, right, by all the stuff that I went through. I told y'all a lot of the stuff that I was going through, or some of the things, and it kind of turned me into, like, in a way that I've never seen myself look. And so sometimes when we're like okay, I'll say me, sometimes like this, I felt like this because I was masculine, because like I was the one that was always running track, lifting weights, and hanging out with the guys, and very athletic and stuff like that. I saw the way that I looked. You see what I'm saying? I saw the way that I looked, and then I started losing the ways that I looked as a feminine female, right? And I was just like, you know what? I probably can just slide on right up into this lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and rock my hair like this. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and and I was just like, I'm a slide. I could, you know what? I'm already wearing sweats anyway. I'm already like halfway there anyway. You see what I'm saying? And all this stuff was just like crazy going on in my mind, y'all. I'm telling you, the devil always like to get you thinking things, get you looking at yourself a certain way, make you feel like, a lot of times I know we'll look at ourselves, people who live in our lifestyle, and you might even think that that I don't look feminine, so I can't be this way, or I don't look feminine, I can't have a man, or I look like this, I might as well. Like it's a lot. It's a whole lot to do with your identity, and I know that that's hard to, to deal with, the things that have happened to you when you're younger, happened to us when we're younger, happened to us, in the ways that we look. And a lot of time people, it's a self-esteem too, low self-esteem, that's a lot of stuff too, especially when you don't feel like you're wanted, or you feel like nobody will love you the way that you are. But that's a lie, because God loves you. Jesus loves you just the way that you are, just the way that you look, no matter how you cut your hair, no matter what you put on your body. Have that relationship with him so you can feel that love and that comfort that you need. Don't worry about what no other pastor, no other bishop, no other, nobody else say about you, okay? Always make sure that you love yourself, okay? Love yourself. Love Jesus. Have your own relationship with God, okay? Even if you do not go to church, or you don't have a church home, find that relationship with God first, okay? Pray to him, talk to him. If you feel uncomfortable talking to him around people, get away from them, go be isolated, go to the bathroom, go to the closet, go to the car, to go for a drive, go for a walk, talk to them. You see what I'm saying? And music always, too, is another thing to enhance, you wanting to do things. There's certain lyrics in the music we listen to, and I know this too, okay? So you just have to shut everything out. You need to have that quiet moment. Like sometimes, it's just like meditation. You need that peaceful moment in silence and talk to him. All right, baby, I love y'all out there. And if I can help y'all with any other things, you got any other questions on how to overcome things and how to get by, how to overcome the lifestyle, just holler at me. Let me know. If y'all don't know my email should be on my page, I think. If not, you should know it's sickwithitmusic@gmail.com. Holla at me. You got any questions, you need some help, you need somebody to talk to about it. We ain't got to be all up on here, going on about stuff. But I'm going to tell y'all the truth the best way that I can. I'm a lot older, like I said, I've been away, I've been keeping myself away from stuff and not doing stuff because it was needed for me. Nobody can tell me how I am, how I was, how I used to be, because a lot of people lied on me. Okay? A lot of people lied on me, saying I was here and there. I never was there. A lot of people want to say I was doing this and doing that, and I wasn't doing this or that. Just because you know that I know how to do those things, and that I know, that I can do those things, doesn't mean that I was doing them. It was a fantasy in your head that you probably wish that I was doing. But we're not going to go there, but I have to speak these things to tell you guys things, okay? You're going to go through a lot of things in your life where people will say things about you. They would talk bad about you. They would say so many things about you. And it's funny because a lot of people, they always want to try to say that you don't have Jesus because you look like this. You don't have God because you look like that. You don't have God because you dress like this, like that. But that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? You're trying, look, when you make it past something, you're overcoming something. When you're overcoming something, you're going through the changes, okay, that you, not only your body's going through, but you're going through changes spiritually too. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, how you going to sit up there and try to tell me? You see what I'm saying? That's why you got to block all that out. You can't worry about what somebody else think. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of things you got to have tough skin for. But if you love God, you'll keep seeking for him. And you keep on trying to do the things that you need to do in order to survive. All right, I love y'all out there. If nobody told you that they love you, okay? Just the way that you are. Remember that I love you just the way that you are, okay? I love you out there. If nobody tells you that, I do. And I will hug you just like Jesus will love you. Okay? I know it's going on, 53 minutes an hour, but it was worth talking to y'all. All right, I love y'all. All right, take care. Later.